Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Get to Know Our Conference Speaker interview. I'm Leanna George, owner of By George Organizing in Houston, Texas, and the president of NAPO Houston, as well as the NAPO Houston Conference Chair, which means not a whole bunch. It just means I'm very busy. We are excited to be interviewing and speaking with all the presenters that are going to be at the NAPO Texas Regional Conference. And today I have with me Kate Martin from Austin, Texas. Her company is Organized Joy. And hi, Kate. How are you this morning?
I'm great, sort of. Technical difficulties.
We had some technical difficulties getting started, but we are here and we're ready to go.
Yes.
All right. Well, Kate lives about 2.5 hours from me, but it took us going to Canada to connect and meet with one another back in November. So don't know why we have to do those kind of things, but I'm glad we were able to connect. She did a wonderful presentation on organizing families, but this time she's talking a little different topic. We'll get to that in just a second because I love her title, and I think you will too. But I want to get to know Kate a little bit more first. And so I want to know, how long have you been organizing and how did you get into the organizing industry?
Oh, good question. So I've been organizing since about 2011. I actually worked for someone else for 2 years as a subcontractor.
Okay.
Because I have a crazy background in doing retail merchandising. I was an art teacher. I did a lot of different stuff. So I worked at Walt Disney World.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm all over the map.
Were you a princess?
I was not. I organized all the shirts and the clothes and the toys. I loved it.
Oh, that's so funny.
I loved it, yeah. So I worked for someone else when I was trying to figure out what professional organizing was. And then when my husband got transferred to Austin for a job, I said, well, I can do this on my own. And then I realized how difficult it is to run your own organizing business. But I've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 years. So it's been great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, what is your favorite thing to organize?
I've got two, I would say. I like, because I was an art teacher, I love like craft rooms and, fun little, all those little annoying things like the little markers, little pencils, little scrapbook paper. That's great.
Yeah.
And I also love paper, which a lot of organizers have a love-hate relationship with paper. So I love paper.
Okay, good. Well, I will know who to call in Austin for paper because I'm not a big fan of paper. It just takes so long, and there's only so much you can do because your client has to look at the stuff, and you don't want to be nosy. So
it's true.
Yeah, it is
true.
Okay, so what's your least favorite thing to organize?
So piggybacking off of what you just said, it's pretty much not a space. It's more when the clients leave me alone. I know there's a lot of people that love that the clients aren't there and they just organize for 8 hours and it's wonderful. But I need so much feedback on the things that I do that if a client's not there, it's so difficult for me. So I really want to work one-on-one with all my clients, ask them questions, ask where they use the products and why. And then that makes me super happy. Like I've really made a difference.
Yeah, I was just helping a client yesterday and she's like, I need to go pick up my daughter. I'll be back. And so I put some stuff, and when she came back, she's like, no, I want it over here and over here. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But it would have been helpful if I'd known that before you left.
Exactly. I end up just leaving Post-it notes for them with questions all over the place.
So it's like, but yeah, we just want to make it right for them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're coming to Houston, and you're going to be talking about the sexy side of analytics.
Yeah.
That's an interesting title. I absolutely love it. But before I get into that, I keep teasing people with this because your title is probably one of the most, interesting and intriguing titles of all of us, except for Janice Simon, who's looking for her hamster.
Of course.
But what are you looking forward to at the conference? What are you excited about?
I've had a lot of jobs and I've lived all over too. So I'm kind of interested to see what a Texas conference would look like. I've been a Texan for 15 years, but I don't think I'm still authentic yet. So I'd really like to see the difference between this one and NAPO National Conference and the Canada conference we went to. I mean, that was fabulous, but I didn't understand any of the French. So
that's true. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have our own language down here at our conference. I don't know.
That's a good point. Well, we do have y'all and all that kind of stuff. So, and I think both of us in our conference, because I know I attended yours and I know I said it in mine, was like, if I say y'all, just keep going with me.
I do, but then I mix in New York style words at the same time and it makes no sense. And
Oh well. We get you. We get you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how you compare the two. So
yeah, I just want to see everybody in their, I guess, their native habitat and see what they're like.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, okay, sexy side of analytics.
Yes.
How did you come up with that title?
I was actually at a NAPO Austin board meeting. I'm the secretary, and I was joking to them because we were all discussing the conference and was anybody going to present? And I said, well, of course I would, but I want to do something different. I don't want to talk about families. That's what I normally do. I want to do analytics, but how boring is that?
Yeah.
So I just spit out my mouth, well, I should make it sexy. And everyone thought, well, that's great. And I said, no, I'm going to make that my title. Really? Yes, I will. So people will want to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're so right. I mean, people look at that and go, analytics, ugh, no. But it's like you and I we talked about this sometime. We were on some kind of call together. But numbers tell a story. Our treasurer told that to us back at our strategic meeting. And I was like, what does she mean? And then she starts just going through all the numbers and what we can learn from it. I was like, oh my goodness, you are so right. And so I think it's so important. And anytime anybody talks to a business coach, the one thing they will tell you is, what are your numbers? What's your profit loss? What's your goal? What's this? What's that? Numbers are really important in a business, and to be a successful business, you need to know your numbers.
And I don't think we talk about that much, especially with our price fixing. People get scared about using numbers and figures.
Yes.
And so we'll just talk about things in general, but at the same time, yeah, if you don't know your numbers, how are you going to improve? And I think that's why analytics are so sexy, because there's not a guessing game going on. It's more, this is exactly what's worked for you in the past. This is what you should do again. And that makes sense to me.
Yeah. And I think it's appropriate for anybody, even if you're beginning or if you're a veteran of many years. I think knowing those numbers, and it's amazing to me, and the number of organizers I speak to have tons of experience, and they're like, yeah, I mean, we like organizing, right?
Yes.
We don't like running a business, but they go hand in hand. We cannot take one from the other. And so I love that you're doing that. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I hope that it'll be super helpful, just because if you blog, you'll get something out of it. If you don't, well, then you'll get the social media part out. If you don't do that, then you'll get the Google Analytics part. So there's something a little bit for everyone. And there's probably going to be aha moments where people have never even thought to track half of the things that I'm talking about. Because I didn't. I mean, I've been working on it for years, and it still blows my mind, the things that I come up with and go, why haven't I been looking that all along?
Yeah. So it's not going to be just numbers. It'll be social media, Google Analytics, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, why should somebody choose you over, I don't know who you're up against.
Hamsters?
Hamsters? Are you up against hamsters? And I hate to say up against, it's just that y'all, the two of you are at the same time.
We are. No, it's a competition.
Yeah.
No.
But why should somebody go into yours, especially if they're fearful or, just not interested in that topic?
Yeah, that's going to be my hurdle, is to get people interested. What I've done with my handout, I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's way different than what I've ever done before. I have not printed out my slides at all. My handout is simply templates that you can use to plug your numbers in.
Okay.
So if you go to the session, I'll teach you how to put your numbers in all these templates, and it's going to be very actionable. You're not going to leave the session and go, wow, that was really great. I should do some of those things and never do them. Like, it's right in front of you. All you have to do is get your pencil, write in your numbers. And there's 1 month follow-up sheet. There's a 3-month follow-up sheet, a yearly one. So there's really smart goals that you can do if you go to the session and you find out how to use the handouts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So 3 words to just sum up your session. What were the 3 words?
Well, sexy. I have to say sexy, of course.
You absolutely do. Yeah.
Analytical, which is honest. I'm going to try to make that as fun as possible, but there's a lot of bar graphs. I'm sorry, there is. Third word would be honest. I want to be as honest as possible. I'm going to actually show people some of my own analytics for my business as well as clients. So if people are nervous about looking at their numbers, I only have 3 followers. Well, you can look at my 7 and see, you're not that far off. So we're going to throw it all out there and just be really honest about everything, because if we don't, we're not going to raise each other up. There's no point. We need to show our numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. That's really, really great. So I can't wait to hear you and see you again. Because even when I saw you in Canada and you did the Organized with Families, even your PowerPoint was amazing. So I loved it. So
thank you.
So I know
I spend way too much time on my PowerPoints.
So take it from someone who's sat in Kate's sessions before. She is fun. She is entertaining. And she is very, very knowledgeable on what she's sharing. So, all right. Well, let's get back to you, because like I said, I always want this to be not just about the presentation, but about the presenter as well, because I think that's equally as important when you're trying to decide which session to attend. So what's something we may not know about you?
Let's see. A really strange one, and one of the reasons I think I got into college is I have 20 years of volunteer experience in a fife and drum corps. Do you even know what that is?
No.
Okay, so it's a New York thing. It's the people that play the little flutes and the drums, and they march in the bands and they go to competitions.
Yeah.
And I've done that since I've been in 4th grade. And I am also the majorette, which means I have the little baton out front and I run the show, which was so interesting as, a 12-year-old. It taught me a lot about presenting yourself in public, and all the people that I was bossing around that were, 4-year-old or 4th graders up to like 50-year-olds. I had to learn not to power trip and to be respectful.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. Apart from the amazing costume with the tri-corner hat and the ruffles, and it's called the jarbeau. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you want to get musical with me, you definitely can.
I'm sure there will be some people. That's very, very interesting. Yeah, very unique. Yeah. So what would you say are 3 words to just describe you overall?
Oh, I am a contradiction for sure. Because I would say 1 would be creative, but 2 would be a rule follower. I like to creatively always follow the rules.
There you go. Okay.
And the 3rd one would be, I don't know the name for it, but I'm one of those people that loves the ocean. I'm like a total beach bum.
Yeah.
Which is difficult being in Austin. I'm smack dab in the middle of the state. So I need to come out to Houston more and see the water.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Well, we're very much alike, because those are 3 words I would definitely say apply to me.
Oh, good.
I knew there was a reason I liked you so much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to do a quick round of lightning questions.
Okay.
And just, off the top of your head, answer these and see how you do. No right or wrong answers, just some fun. Okay. And then I'll let you tell people how they can connect with you before the conference. So if they want to check you out and read some of your stuff and things like that, that would be a great way. Okay. So, Apple or Android?
Both. iPhone forever, though.
Okay. I like that. I did Android for like 2 years. I was like, I got to go back. I trained them, but I was like, I can't do this. All right. Okay. I would say vacation question, but I already know that one. So,
ocean.
Yeah, ocean, yes. Vanilla or chocolate?
Oh, chocolate.
Chocolate. Look at that New York coming out of you, girl. Paper planner, digital planner?
Both, actually. My session is based off my paper planner that I created, but I use digital as well for personal.
Oh, okay. Great. Like I said, I'm still trying to create a word for somebody that uses both. I haven't got there yet. Working on it. A digital book or a paper book? An actual physical book?
Paper. I like to highlight and write notes, so paper.
Yeah. Even if it's a fiction book?
Yes, I do. And I'll send it to my mom, and then she'll send it back, and we'll like compare notes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. All right. So, cat or dog?
Cat.
Cat. Mm-hmm. Oh. All right. And Marie Kondo, yes or no?
I want to professionally say yes, but well, I haven't read her next book. I read the first one, and she lost me when she said you had to clean out your purse every night. I just,
yeah,
I couldn't do it. I like having goldfish and rocks in mine, and I just got to leave them there.
It comes with the terrier. Well, you know, now that she's a parent, I heard that she had a kid. I would love to see if she revises all that.
Yes.
Yeah, because life changes when you have kids, most definitely. All right, Oprah or Ellen?
Ooh. I really can't decide. I like Ellen for TV, and I like Oprah for inspiration.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one. All right. And then last one. This one's really easy. Lemon or lime?
That's not easy. I like both. If I'm gonna do Texas food, I'm gonna put both on there.
Okay.
Yeah. I gotta have it over my fajitas or in a margarita. Just throw it all on.
There you go. There you go. You're keeping it real. Keeping it real. All right. Well, thanks so much, Kate, for coming on and visiting with me. It's just been so much fun. And why don't you tell everybody how they can connect with you through your website, social media, all that good stuff?
I do most every social media except for Instagram. I'm not cool enough to do that, but Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest and LinkedIn. And you can find me on Amazon too, because I have some books on there. But don't look for Kate Martin, because there's a romance novelist named Cat Martin. So you have to look up Kate Martin CPO, and that's me. I am not writing those other, those books. That's not mine.
Yeah, now I know where you're getting the sexy side from. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, but and all of your social media, are you Kate Martin or Organized Joy?
I would say I'm Organized Joy. On LinkedIn, I actually have both. Not a lot of people do that, a company page and a LinkedIn personal page. I do that. But on Facebook, on Twitter, yeah, I'm Organized Joy LLC.
Okay, great. Well, I hope everybody will take some time to connect with Kate before the conference. She is just a wealth of information, and we are so excited that she will be with us in just 2.5 weeks. It's hard to believe that we're getting closer. 2.5 weeks until the conference. If you haven't signed up yet, we want to encourage you to stop procrastinating and get on the ball and get signed up, because this is going to be an amazing conference with just so much fun, so much knowledge, so much experience just oozing out of everybody, that it's just going to be a great time. So you can register at napohouston.com. That's where you'll find all the information about the speakers, the schedule. And today is actually the deadline for the hotel. So if you are wanting to stay at the Westin, which is a beautiful hotel, tons of amenities, then you need to catch their special that ends today for our conference rate. So we don't want to have to pay more. So anyway, I will be back next week with Sarah Genrich from, I believe she's from Dallas. I'm not sure. I get people all over.
I know.
I'm like, wait a minute, is she from Dallas? I know she's not from Austin or Houston. I think she's Dallas. And she is going to be talking about the wonderful world of Evernote at conference, which is so great. So you don't want to miss that. So we'll be back with her. And then I also have a surprise guest next week. So I hope you will catch me with those. But thanks so much for joining us. Thanks again, Kate. It was wonderful having you. All right. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.